Well, once again, it's time for Random Match Monday. If you've never seen it, the clue is in the title. I pick a random match with random competitors, and I do commentary over it with no prior knowledge of what we're going to see. It could be good, it could be bad. It's well worth a watch either way. So let's find out what sort of match we're going to end up with this week. Well, that's pretty stationary, pretty boring, but nonetheless a singles match. One manager, and I will go on both sides this time. I'll control one participant on each side. And let's see what fun participants we get this week. Hopefully not Orlando Jordan again. Paul London. Never had him on before. What we like to see. And he will be taking on... Oh, not again! Again! Tori Wilson. The Annihilator of Idaho coming up again, and she will be managed by Stephen Richards. Do you know what, for the next match, I think I may just scroll through them at random, because I think the random button, although it's supposed to give you a random one, it's picked Tori Wilson out now for the past 3 or 4 weeks, so I think maybe the randomness isn't quite as random as they're making out in the game, but let's find out what arena, and it'll be on Sunday Night Heat. Nonetheless, without further ado, let's get to the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, hailing from a town I'm not aware of, weighing in tonight at 170 pounds, Paul London.
Well, the first time we're seeing Paul London in the random match challenge. Very exciting, high-flying athlete this man is. And he's set to do battle here for one of the most dangerous and deadly competitors to ever set foot inside of a professional wrestling ring. She's ended careers, she's broken necks, she's busted noses. The question is, can she beat Paul London here tonight?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, accompanied by Stephen Richards, hailing from Boyne, Young, Idaho, Tori Wilson.
The Annihilator of Idaho, the Tormentor of Tennessee, and the Bruiser of Birmingham. Tori Wilson, perhaps one of the most dangerous competitors to ever set foot in a professional wrestling ring. She's ended careers, as we said before. Men tremble at the sight of the prospect of having to face this absolute powerhouse. Paul London may struggle here in this match. Tori Wilson seemingly a regular feature here on Random Match Monday. 3 weeks in a row we've seen Wilson compete in one of these matches. Of course, she's yet to get a win in the Random Match Monday Challenge, whatever you want to call it. Can she get a first win here tonight? As the bell rings, we're about to get ready here, and look at Paul London. Paul London not wasting any time, going right after Tori Wilson. Paul London not intimidated by the fierce reputation of his opponent. Look at that nice series of chain wrestling moves there. As we said, London really not intimidated by Wilson. Now look at this, trying a quick roll up. Too close to the ropes. He's going to have to do a lot more to put away an athlete the calibre of Tori Wilson. As now London looking to take a risk, looking to go up top to hit a big move to try and finish off Tori Wilson. And just about caught her, didn't get all of it though. Wilson tried getting out of the way, didn't quite manage it. And London trying to build some momentum now, but look at this nice reversal by Wilson. And look at that sunset flip by London, but a nice drop kick, nice escape, nice save. And Tori Wilson looks to gain control in this match now, as Paul London may have bitten off more than he can chew taking this challenge on. And a drop kick to the face as he tries to get to his feet. That may be all she wrote there. Heavy strike to the face, big time drop kick. The shoulders down, the referee making the count, and that was a very, very near fall there. And it appears the referee's got on the wrong side of Tori Wilson. A mistake that has cost many men their lives, but too distracted. Complaining to the referee, allowing London the opportunity now to get some offense in himself with these heavy knees to the abdomen, knocking all of the air out of Tori, the tormentor, Wilson. Now choking her in the corner, referee giving London a warning. Maybe it's time for him to finish this match off. And look at this, the 450 splash, my God! Well, that one's got to be over. Referee makes the count, and that was his finisher. That was Paul London's finishing manoeuvre, and Tori Wilson just got the shoulder up. What the hell is going on here? As Paul London now looks to go up top once again, looks to hit one more big move to try and finish this match off, but Wilson just throwing him off the top, and now with a big elbow drop. I thought my eyes had deceived me there when I saw Tori Wilson get out of that 450 splash, but she somehow kicked out. And Stephen Richards very happy on the apron, very happy at the way this is going for her, and a nice backbreaker there by Tori Wilson. And London seemed to be in trouble ever since Tori Wilson got the shoulder up after that big move, but look at that. Still trying to fight away as London now going to the top rope again, but this time Tori Wilson once again getting there before he can launch an aerial attack. And now Tori Wilson with the Irish whip sends him for the ride off the ropes. Look at this move. I don't know how she pulled it off, rolling him into a Boston Crab. But couldn't keep a grip of that hold. Now Tori going to the top once again, looking to hit a big move to finish London off. Nice diving drop kick. It could be curtains time here, and it certainly is a tornado DDT. Or maybe not, picking him up. Tori Wilson's not done yet with... Wasn't done yet with Paul London. Nice Lucha Libre style arm drag. As now she sends London into the corner. What's she going for here? Perches on the top rope. Reverse DDT. A tornado. Reverse DDT by Tori Wilson. And now with a lateral press. Referee making the count. And Tori Wilson, unsurprisingly, your winner here.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Tori Wilson.
Well, you'd expect the match to have gone that way. Tori Wilson, a seemingly unstoppable monster. Paul London did everything he could, but it wasn't enough in the end. You can't fight against Tori Wilson. Learning that the hard way, she is your winner. Well, we'll make it 2 matches again this week, and again, I'm actually going to do it at random this time, because I'm not quite pleased with the way that last one went. I think the random button isn't doing what it's supposed to do. I've got my eyes shut at the moment. I am going to let go of that button now. Right, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're not going to do a title match because that's just going to be a normal match again. I'm going to take a little bit of the randomness out, and I'm going to go to main events. So we're going to go left to right, and hopefully we end up with something interesting, something we've never had on the channel before, and I'm going to let go now. So we're on the left-hand side here. It's going to be one of those matches that gets picked out. I've shut my eyes again, and I'm going to let go of that button now. A backstage brawl, now you're talking. Okay, the question is, where will this fight take place? Again, eyes are shut, finger on the button, and I'm going to let go now. And we've got a backstage brawl. The first backstage brawl I believe we've ever had. And of course, I'm going to control both participants. Hopefully we end up with something a little bit more interesting this time. It's getting a bit repetitive, so I'm actually going to keep my finger on the button this time. And I'm going to let go at any point. I'll tell you what, I'm going to count to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Rob Van Dam. And Rob Van Dam will be taking on in the backstage brawl. I'll make this the final match this week. And again, we'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Against Tupac. Beautiful stuff. The match that we've all wanted to see for many, many years. It's finally going to take place. Rob Van Dam against Tupac Shakur in a backstage brawl. Let's get straight to the action. Ladies and gentlemen, a fight breaking out here in the backstage area. This is not what we had in mind for Random Match Monday, and Rob Van Dam really doing a number now on the West Coast rapper. And look at this, going for a cover. Referee making the count. I guess this is going to be a match. We've got a referee there. Thus far, Tupac not doing well against Rob Van Dam. Tries the enziguri, catches the foot there. And Van Dam with the enziguri. And now look at this, he's got that television production camera. He's going to try and nail Tupac, but Tupac reversing it and nails Rob Van Dam right in the face. Talk about hitting him up. Tupac turning it around there. Now ramming him, Rob Van Dam, into that vending machine, that machine that dispenses refreshments, beverages to everybody here at PGW, and being destroyed at the moment. And no, not the big TV. I want him to stay away from that, or maybe not. And look at that TV comes crashing down. Now Tupac trying to swing it for RVD, but RVD reversing. Now swings it himself. This time Tupac blocking it, the strength of these men. To maneuver that TV the way they are. Incredible strength on full display. And now Tupac Shakur, my God, busting. Rob Van Dam open. He always wanted to be a TV star. When he said he wanted to be on TV, I don't think that's quite what he had in mind. And now look at this, my God. Well, a shocking result there. As now Tupac with the cover referee making the count. And my God, that was a very quick finish. Tupac Shakur, your winner.
Here's your winner, Tank.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Tupac Shakur.
Well, not a great result for Rob Van Dam. Absolutely getting destroyed by the rapper that brought us California Love. But nonetheless, Tupac Shakur, your winner. And I'll tell you what, we'll do one more this week, because that was very short. Well, the final match of Random Match Monday. Again, I've got my eyes shut, and this time I'll do it again. I'll go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. Well, this is going to be a long editing task, but nonetheless, let's go for the Royal Rumble. I'm not doing a 30-man, I apologise for that. Sometimes I have to draw the line and step in, but we will do a 10-man Royal Rumble, and we'll just I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's let the AI take care of this one. I'm not going to get involved, I'm just going to commentate on what we see. I'm actually going to hide the participants this time, so you'll just get a random draw of participants. Obviously, I know what they're going to be. But I think it kind of ruins it when you see the 10 names and then you get to see the match. So let's get straight to the ring. Let's find out what we're going to see for this random match.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Rumble match. Introducing the individual who drew number 1, hailing from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He weighs in tonight at 250 pounds. Edge.
Well, the Rated R Superstar set to do battle here in the 10-man Royal Rumble and Random Match Monday. One half of the Tag Team Champions for the man we saw last week, Christian Cage. Could very well have to face that man in this Rumble. It's a random draw. Anybody could be coming out. Man known as the Ultimate Opportunist, but he's going to really have to put his weight in this match to make the most of this opportunity. Starting out at number 1. Do not favour the odds of him winning this, but you never know. The question is, who's going to be joining him in at number 2?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent and the individual who drew number 2, hailing from Minneapolis, Minnesota. He weighs in tonight at 230 pounds. Khosrow Daivari.
Well, another tag team champion. Makes you realise how stupid it is having more than one tag team championship. 2 tag team champions, just have one, for God's sake. Have one world champion, it's not that hard. But that's my rant over for today, ladies and gentlemen. Khosrow Daivari, of course, the spokesperson, the advocate, the helper, whatever you want to call him, of Muhammad Hassan, a very controversial figure in this sport. Nonetheless, another tremendous professional wrestler, many years inside of the sport. Certainly no lack of experience with these first 2 competitors in this match, but anybody could come out. You just never know with these type of matches who's going to win it. It could very well be one of the 2 men you see in the ring at the moment. I believe this is either the 2nd or 3rd Royal Rumble we've had on Random Match Monday. I believe it's the 3rd. There'll be no title shot up for grabs. Certainly a lot of prestige attached to winning this type of match. Bell rings here, we're underway. First 2 men in, there's going to be 10 competitors in this Royal Rumble match, and look at Edge, he's got the right idea, not wasting any time. Going right after Khosrow Daivari. Remember, doesn't matter how much you beat on your opponent, the aim of the game is to get him over the top rope. Both feet must hit the floor to score an elimination, and in at number 3. Well, this isn't looking good here for Edge. Muhammad Hassan, the counterpart of Khosrow Daivari, coming in. Edge finds himself all alone here against these 2 men. May not end well here for Edge. And now look at Hassan and Daivari trying to get rid of him, or maybe reinforcements have arrived here for Edge. Eugene coming out at number 4. Edge just about managing to cling on there. And now finally, at least he's only got 1 man attacking him. As Eugene ringing the arm of Khosrow Daivari, who's in at number 5. Oh, it's the Junkyard Dog. Grab them cakes indeed. The JYD coming out here at number 5. Yet to have any non-wrestling characters. Hopefully that's going to change at some point. Trying to dump out Mohammed Hassan. Daivari soon turned his back on his ally, but every man for himself. That's the name of the game. You've got to look after your own back. You can't worry about other people. Who's going to be in at number 6 here? And now look at Eugene trying to get rid of Edge. We may have our first elimination as we await the 6th entrant into this match. And Edge has gone. And my God, it's Johnny Klebitz from GTA 4 and briefly in GTA 5. But let's not mention that now. Former Vice President of the Lost MC. And I didn't even notice there that Daivari's just been knocked out by Eugene. Eugene eliminating everyone at the moment. And now Hassan has gone as well. Getting thrown out thick and fast here in this match. 3 eliminations already. Who's going to come in at number 7 as the JYD trying to cling on, just about manages to hang in there. Oh, it's Uncle. Uncle of the Vanderlyn Gang, Uncle from Red Dead Redemption 2. Hopefully the lumbago's not going to affect his chances of winning this match. As Johnny Klebitz looks to be in a spot of bother there. Uncle in at number 7. We're going to get somebody else out here. We're not wasting any time tonight. And in at number 8 it's the Hurricane. As now Klebitz and Uncle, 2 men who inhabit the Rockstar universe. Maybe they've bonded over that fact and maybe they're going to team together, but look, it's not done him any good. The Hurricane trying to get rid of Johnny Klebitz. He's teetering on the apron here. And the Hurricane knocking him to the outside. Klebitz has gone. I believe we're up to number 8 now, or is it number 9? I don't know, I've lost count already. Nonetheless, in at number 8 is JBL. John Bradshaw Layfield. Former world champion, a very big man at 6'6", nearly 300 pounds. And the JYD not intimidated by the credentials of JBL. Look at that, throwing him onto the apron, trying to dump him out of the ring. I believe only 2 men left to enter this Royal Rumble, and look at Eugene slammed into that exposed turnbuckle. JBL manages to cling in at number 9. It's Jake the Snake Roberts. Jake the Snake, the legendary superstar, in at number 9. He's not brought Damien with him, which I'm surprised we all remember the 96 Rumble. And he brought the Snake out. He did pretty much empty out the ring. It might have been a smart tactic. I believe one more to come out, or maybe they've all come out. You never know. I'm terrible at keeping count. And look at Jake Roberts. As JBL teetering on the apron, and JBL has been eliminated now. And the Hurricane looks to be close to going out. Look at Uncle trying to get rid of Jake the Snake Roberts. Now Eugene trying to help him. Jake the Snake may be about to go here, but the Coil Viper managing to stick in there just about. As Uncle raining punches down on the head of Jake the Snake Roberts, the Hurricane on the apron. Can the JYD get rid of him? No, he can't. Nice reversal as Eugene giving Uncle a big wedgie. But I'm assuming we've had all the participants out now. Unfortunately, I can't count by the fact that nobody else has come out here. I believe these are the final 5 men. The question is, who is going to win this full match here? Who's going to win this big 10-man Royal Rumble, the main event? A random match Monday as the JYD trying to get Uncle. Hurricane helping him. Oh, I'm very close there, but Uncle just about managing to stick in there. Oh, and no, look at this. The Hurricane stretching him. That's not going to help the lumbago. A debilitating condition that has plagued that man for many, many years, but nonetheless, he has the courage and the grit to get inside and that professional wrestling ring. One of these 5 men, Eugene in a spot of bother at the moment on the canvas. The JYD with a nice sidewalk backbreaker on the Hurricane, but you need to throw your opponent over the top as Jake the Snake Roberts seemed to be hanging back there and observing proceedings, but he finds himself in the clutches of Uncle here. He pulls him back with an elbow to the head. Look at Uncle going right after Jake the Snake Roberts. Well, not going for the elimination though, throwing him into the corner. And look at the power of Uncle picking him up. A gutbuster by Uncle. For some reason, these men have given up on the fact that it's supposed to throw your opponent over the top rope. Or maybe not. The Hurricane with the right idea now, trying to get the JYD out, but the Jake the Snake Roberts preventing him from doing so. Not quite sure if that's a smart tactic. As now he sends the JYD for the ride. Mistimes that move. Very rare to see Jake Roberts mistime something. Nonetheless, the fight goes on here. Uncle brawling with the Hurricane, throwing those heavy right hands. So calling the one-shot kid in his youth, and now the Hurricane. The Hurricane on the apron. Uncle trying to dump him out. And yes, the Hurricane's gone. We're down to 4 now. And look at Jake Roberts from behind. The Snake waiting for the opportune moment to strike, but so was the JYD, taking him down with a bulldog. As now the JYD goes to the top, drops a big elbow right across the spine of Jake Roberts. But now Uncle going right after him as he's got him down on the canvas. There's no way to call who's going to win that. And look at that, Eugene taking 2 men out there with that drop kick. Thunderous move. But once again, you've got to get your opponent over the top. It's no good just beating him up. But look at that, a big punch to the back of the head by Eugene. Now Jake the Snake Roberts looks to be close to going out. And he couldn't cling on there. Jake Roberts goes out, only 3 left. Only 3 men remaining. And it may not be the Junkyard Dog here, as Eugene and Uncle teaming up to get rid of him. He won't be grabbing any cakes now. The final 2 men as Eugene looks to try and get rid of Uncle. This could be the end of the match, but nice reversal by the wily veteran. As Uncle now tries the Irish whip, can't get Eugene to the apron though. As he now comes charging in, goes behind Eugene. Chop, knife edge, chop, and a big right hand. Big overhand right. Knocks him down on the canvas. That really hurt Eugene, you can tell. And now Uncle trying to just wear the man down, maybe in preparation for throwing him over the top rope. Maybe trying to put him in a weakened state to make the job easier. As Uncle seems to be in control at the moment. If you're a betting man, you'd have to say Uncle was the favourite to go on to win this match. He looks to have the upper hand here against his opponent, but again, doesn't matter about fighting. You've got to try and get your opponent over the top rope as he rings the arm. And now a hammerlock applied by Uncle. I think he'd be going for a bigger move at the moment. And now look at this, Eugene with a knee to the gut. Maybe going to try and throw him over the top, but couldn't get him over the rope again. And now a right to the back. Eugene trying to turn this around, but again, we're waiting for the elimination. You've got to try and get him over the top rope. It's not a normal match. As now Uncle with a knee to the gut on Eugene. Tries the Irish whip. Sends him out to the apron. Trying to get him on. Eugene clinging onto that top rope for dear life. The only thing keeping him in this match. And keeping his hopes alive of winning this 10-man rumble. As now Eugene manages to get in. Tries the Irish whip. Doesn't get enough force into it to send him over the top rope. Tries charging in. Sunset flip. But again, complete waste of time in this match. You need to throw him over the top rope, Eugene. No good going for pinfalls. They do not count in this situation. And now look at this. Eugene taking a risk going to the top rope. Big elbow to the head of Uncle. I'll tell you what, whoever loses this is going to be disappointed because both men have looked very close on several occasions to winning this match. And Uncle's staring into space. Maybe the pain of the lumbago distracting him at the moment. As now Eugene looks to try and finish the match off. Gets Uncle to the apron. And Uncle is teetering on the edge here. Eugene pushing with all of his might to try and get him outside of the ring. And he just about manages to cling on. Uncle will not quit here. What an inspiring story it be. Despite the lumbago, he was managed to cling on in this match. And a headbutt right to the nose. Eugene could have broke his nose on that one. But again, you've got to get your opponent over the top rope. I wish they could hear me. I wish they'd hurry up and just one of them dump the other one over the top. A real battle going on between these 2 men. Now Uncle with a Boston Crab again. Doesn't matter if he says he quits. If he doesn't go over the top rope and both feet hit the floor, he can say he quits all he wants. This match will not end. Very methodical, very technical, but completely pointless in my opinion. And maybe these 2 men have had a lot of head trauma throughout this match. Maybe they've just forgot that this is a Royal Rumble. Be very easy to forget. Only 2 men in the ring. Maybe Eugene trying the Irish whip now, trying to dump Uncle over the top rope. And a little bit of a stare off here. I think both men scared to make the first mistake, but you've got to do something. You've got to take some action as Uncle tries the Irish whip. Eugene reversing it on this occasion. These men do not want to go out of the ring, that's for sure, but we could be here all night here for Random Match Monday. It may be Thursday by the time this match is over. As Uncle comes from behind, picks Eugene. That nice belly to back suplex there by the former member of the Van der Linde gang. Well, as far as I know, he is still a member of the Van der Linde gang, but that gang not allowed to be associated with the channel anymore after being defeated by the tag team of Arthur Morgan and Homer Simpson. And now look at this, Uncle reversing that. Clothesline to the back of the head. This may be the longest Random Match Monday match we've ever had. I'm just concerned that what will happen first. Will this match end or will it pass away from old age? But nonetheless, Uncle applying his finishing manoeuvre, the mandible claw, as Eugene may be going to sleep, along with 50% of the audience who are still here. For God's sake, man, just throw him over the top rope. He's got a chin lock on him now. Come on. Get the business done. Dump an opponent over the top. We should just disqualify both men and end this match, I tell you. As now Uncle with the trapezius hold, now a punch to the buttocks, but again, try and throw your opponent over the top rope. Could somebody in the crowd hold a sign up to inform these men of what they're supposed to be doing? Well, maybe not. And ladies and gentlemen, head trauma is a serious thing, and this is what can happen. Both men have cabbage brains. Brains like vegetables. And again, I forgot the rules of this match. I don't know what is going on here. As now Uncle with right hands to the face of Eugene. If I'm getting bored, then you must be getting bored out there, ladies and gentlemen. But we're going to stay with this till the end. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe to the end of life on this planet itself. Maybe GTA 6 will be out by the time that this match ends. Of course, sorry, I'm exaggerating there, but nonetheless, finally Eugene pushes Uncle onto the apron, and finally we've got a winner. Eugene, thank God for that. He has won the match.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your winner, Eugene.
Well, that was an ordeal to say the least. That was a very, very long finish to that match. It was certainly not exciting. It was certainly not thrilling, but it was certainly random. That's one thing you guaranteed on Random Match Monday, and Eugene winning the 10-man Royal Rumble. What a moment for that man. I'd call it a moment. It was more like a lifetime. But nonetheless, that concludes today's Random Match Monday. Hopefully, it will be a little bit more entertaining next week. We can't guarantee it. It's either phenomenal or it's a train wreck, but either way, you can't turn away. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.